Whoop, wrong camera. Hello. Hello, my dudes. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everything is good with you and everything good with me. Today, we're going to do some more hacking. Fun times. Still on the starting point machines in Tier 1. Today, we're going to be doing Ignition. If you've been following so far, I did all of the Tier 0 machines. Now we're on the Tier 1 machines, and we've gotten this far. So this is one of the VIP machines. If you don't have VIP, definitely worth it. I would say if you're starting out in cybersecurity, shell out that £15 a month, $20, whatever it may be, in Americanese or whatever international currency if you're choosing. Bitcoin, I don't know. But just shell it out. I think it's a good investment. Advert for HackTheBox over. Let's get into the hacking. I have Burp open because I was already going with this box when I realized I actually need to record. So spawn your box, get connected to the VPN, all that good stuff. And let me close this down because that's kind of distracting. Question number 1, which service version is found to be running on port 80? Now, if you've gotten this far, you probably already know that this is going to be an nmap scan. So you're going to do nmap, the IP address, and I've already got it there. Nmap, the IP address, I'm going to just specify the port because it's quicker, -sc-sv. I've started including both SC and SV because I want to run the basic scripts for nmap just so I can gather any extra information. And also I want to find the version information. I'm doing that because on some of these boxes, I've gotten absolutely pranked and SV hasn't been working, but SC has. So I just run them both now just in case. But we're going to run that and see what we get. Nmap scan comes back nice and fast, and you can see that we have Nginx 1.14.2, and that is the answer to the first question. Question number 2. What is the 3-digit HTTP status code returned when you visit the machine's IP address? So, I've already done this, so I already know. I just made my cat jump. The status code is a 302. It's a redirect. And you get redirected to a different domain, or you get redirected to a domain from the IP address, and that domain is ignition.hackthebox. You could do this if you just type in or copy and paste the IP address into your browser. If you want to see the exact status code without having to open Burpsuite, you can just hit this network tab, enter the IP address, and then it will come up here in your request. With that said, the answer to question number 2 is 302, and I've also covered question number 3, what is the virtual host name that the web page expects to be accessed by? Ignition.htb. This one, we've actually already covered it in a previous video. I believe it was the one before this. So what is that? Let me find the box. Responder. I'm pretty sure I covered it in Responder. The answer to this question is /etc/hosts. And it is like your own version of DNS, but it's present on your local file system. It just has IP addresses on one side, or for you it's this way, IP addresses on one side and then domain names on the other. I'll show you how to edit that now. So you do mousepad or open your preferred text editor, but I use mousepad because it's very similar to Nano, and I'm absolutely terrified of Vim. You do the IP address and then ignition.hackthebox, and then you're good to go. You can access that web page, start looking around at stuff, and Bob is your uncle. Question number 5. Use a tool to brute force directories on the web server. What is the full URL to the Magento login page? Now, you could probably guess it because it's a login page. You want to log in, you're the admin of the site, it's a CMS, you want to start editing stuff. Where would you maybe go? Either login or admin. And it is admin, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So you want to do GoBuster, and I didn't used to use GoBuster, but when I started doing these again, I started seeing how good GoBuster is. I used to just use FerrixBuster, but I don't feel like I have enough control over FerrixBuster, and I don't really like the output so much. Like, it is good. Sometimes it finds stuff that other ones don't, I guess because it uses a different list by default. But I just like the look of GoBuster. I like having a bit more control. So we're going to do GoBuster, dir, and then you can see the command there. You're going to specify the domain and a word list that you want to use. I use this word list every time, pretty much. I've just had the most success with it. It's nice. It's a nice medium. It's not huge. It's not tiny. You're going to get a decent amount of stuff on there. But running that command, you're going to get contact, home, media, /0, which is also the home page. I thought that was very interesting when I first did this box. Catalog, static, and admin. Admin should stand out to you as being quite interesting. So go have a look at it. You'll see that it is actually a login page. I'll go to it now. Ignition, if I can spell. Crikey. Ignition.htb, and then we want to go to /admin, and you'll see, oh, I may have already done the box, so I've just had to log out, but you go to /admin, and you'll see that it is a login page. So that is the answer to that question. It wants you to give the full path ignition.htv/admin. So look up the password requirements for Magento and also try searching for the most common passwords of 2023. What password provides access to admin accounts? So I literally, when I first did this box, I searched based on this. So I was like, password requirements for Magento. And then I got a nice Google AI response. And it was like, it has to be at least 7 characters long and include a combination of both letters and numbers. I'm going to show you exactly how you find a password list that meets all those requirements required by this question. So you're going to do grep because you want to start matching by patterns. And then we do a regular expression. This regular expression kind of just says anything that is longer than 7 characters long, we're going to match it. I'm not matching based on it has to have a combination of letters and numbers because it's going a bit above and beyond for this box. But you want to use this password list. And I just got this by kind of typing in user share word list and then tabbing to see what I could get after that. So you want to look at user share word lists, sec lists, passwords, and then 2023 200 most used passwords. And then you want to take the output of that, or the standard output of that, and then put it into a list. So I'm going to do that now. And once you do that, you cat your list, you're going to see you have a bunch of different passwords that are all longer than 7 characters. So now what we can do is, keeping things simple, not going to use any special tooling, we're just going to use Burpsuite to repeat our requests and try and brute force our way into this count based on this word list here. So let's do that now. So I already have Burp open. If you don't have it open, open it. And we're going to intercept one of our requests. So you could do this using Burp intercept, but there's really no need because you have history right here. So you get this request and send it to the intruder. Because the intruder is like your brute forcing tool. That's what you're going to use to brute force when you're on actual engagements, if you're doing brute forcing for whatever reason. But you have it here. And you're going to highlight the password. We know that the username is admin, because the question tells us that it's admin. But our password, we need to specify that's where we want to put our payload. So you're going to highlight it, and then you're going to click this add button. Sometimes Burpsuite highlights everything, and it's all in one. It's all highlighted. If that's the case, just click clear, and then do what I just did. So once we've done that, we have specified that we want to put our payload where password is, and then we want to go to this side of the screen, the right side, hit load, and then we're going to specify that we want to put our list in that payload section. Then we can just start our attack. You don't have to specify a different kind of attack. This sniper attack is the one you want, and it just means replace this one payload with one list of things, if that makes sense. Now we can see we're getting a bunch of 200s. 200s are what we're getting when everything is okay. You know, your request went through fine, everything is correct, lovely. Nothing is happening though. We're just getting sent back to this admin page. We're going to keep an eye out for anything that's not a 200, because that's going to imply, you know, maybe we've done something to warrant a different behavior from the web application. Like, have we just gotten the correct password? Now we're being redirected to a dashboard page, for example. So we want to have a look through these and just see. Here we go. We have a 302. So we have a bunch of different 302s, but the first 302 is on this, and that's where our payload is QWERTY123, which kind of implies, okay, we've logged in with QWERTY123. Now all of these requests are like, hey, you've already logged in, what's going on? Or you've invalidated your form key, something like that. But you can see this was the first one that worked, so I'm guessing that this is the one we want. Going back to it, we're going to try QWERTY123, and I think, or I know, rather, that is the correct password. So now, we know that the password is QWERTY123. I'm going to close this all down. We can go here, refresh the page, because it's going to freak out about your form key. And we're going to do admin. Yeah, look, you can see it, like, invalid form key, refresh that page. Okay, so we're going to do admin, and then we're going to do QWERTY123. And we're going to get in, and our flag is on the screen right now, but I'm going to blur that flag because you're not seeing that flag. But then you can put the flag in. I'm going to put the flag in now because I want that dopamine hit. Let's just do that really quickly. Here we go. Very nice. And blimey, that was a bit loud that time. But we have owned ignition. There you go. Nice, easy box. I like that one. Really simple. Introduces you to brute forcing using burp. just a pretty good box. I like that box. Nice and easy. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, do all the cool things. I don't really have anything else to say. So with that, I'll bid you adieu.